Good day, everybody. 10 characteristics of debt-free people is one of the most important talks probably I can give. I mean, this is an article. This is a fantastic article for my wife Jan and I. The biggest thing that we've ever done is get completely debt-free and then financially independent. I mean, not having debt is amazing. I think it'll actually extend your life because you're not going to worry about money. You just have a much more peace in your life than if you would if you had a lot of debt. It's just an incredible. I can't even articulate how important it is for people to do this. And very few people ever do it, but I'm telling you, you need to have a plan to get debt-free. So here's some ideas about that. Whether you're resolved to get debt-free in 2017 or you have a long way to go, it's good to be inspired. Look at people you know who are already living debt-free lives, whether it's a friend, a family member, a coworker. The person you're thinking of probably shares similar qualities with other debt-free people. Here are 10 common characteristics you can copy to live within your means. 1, they pay attention to details. You won't notice that reoccurring fee on your credit card for the gym you've stopped using if you're not checking your statement regularly. People without debt monitor their personal finances closely. They are less likely to waste money by forgetting about payment due dates or overdraft fees. Can start paying more attention also. The key is try looking at your card statements every month. Next, monitor all of your spending. Now add up your income. Compare the two and see where you could cut back. Revisit this budget a few times a year to stay on track. Number 2, they know their stuff. Debt-free people do their own research. They might have an accountant, but they don't send over paperwork or sign their taxes without looking them over. If you want control over your finances, you need to learn about them. It may feel overwhelming, but the sense of security you will feel in understanding what's happening with your money will outweigh the discomfort. 3, they pretend they make less. Even if you're already deep in debt, you can start to improve your situation by immediately changing the way you look at your money. Imagine you are 25 or even 50% less than you do. Make a budget using that math. It may be impossible at first, but start making cuts to your spending. Debt-free people live on less than they make. This allows them to put aside money for buying a house, retirement, and an emergency fund. This provides a financial independence that allows you more options in the future, and boy, does it allow you a lot of options. Number 4, they think long-term. When the focus isn't on immediate gratification, you can make smarter decisions. Sure, it would be nice to have this season's hottest shoes, but how will they help your long-term financial goals? This doesn't mean you can't ever buy shoes. It just means you have to save up before you buy them. This also gives you the time to consider if you really even like the shoes and avoid impulse purchases. Number 5, they aren't afraid to ask. Ask for help. Ask for lower interest rates. Ask for forgiveness. When they make one, debt-free people take control of their finances and they aren't meek about it. If you know someone who has met a financial milestone you admire, like saving $1 million for retirement or bought a car in cash, don't be afraid to ask how they did it. Number 6, they save. Whether you've got a significant bonus or a $25 check from grandma, you should think first of paying yourself. This is true of your regular paycheck as well. You know you have to pay the rent or mortgage, so treat your savings account the same way. Make it a habit. And better yet, make it a mindless habit by setting up automatic deposit. Debt-free people know adding even small amounts now will give you more financial freedom later. I think one of the things that I did that really made a difference, and I learned this a long time ago, as my income went up, instead of raising my overhead, buying a bigger house, buying more expensive cars and all this stuff, what I did is I took the difference between, what I was making before and what I was making now, and I invested that. And I've done that for over 30 years now. And I'm telling you, it's incredible how that money compounds. Number 7, they set goals. You'll find it easier to put aside money if you have a strong sense of what it's going toward. This works for saving up for those shoes, planning a vacation, or thinking about retirement. Debt-free people set specific goals so they know what they're striving for. This helps you stay on track. Retirement can be a hard one for young people. It seems so far away. It's not. Think about what sounds appealing about retirement. If it's travel, imagine the places you'll visit. Now the goal seems more specific. I think if you visualize it and see where you're going to be more apt to stay on track. Number 8, they say no. You may get lots of tempting offers throughout the week for lunch with coworkers or dinner with friends. Don't be afraid to say no. Debt-free people know that smaller expenses can add up to big savings. Doesn't mean you can't have any fun. Host a potluck dinner instead of trying out the new expensive restaurant. Meet up with friends in the park for a walk instead of taking an expensive exercise class. Number 9, they know the value of cash. Deaf people know the value of $1 because they see it. It can be easy to overspend. You're never seeing actual money. Having to part with some cash can remind you the transaction you're making is real. Plus, once that cash is gone, it's gone. Try using only cash for a while and see how it changes your perception of purchasing. Number 10, they value experiences over stuff. Debt-free people aren't focused on things. They value experiences more than the latest things. The average person will list family and friends high on what they value. But are your choices reflecting that? If you're working extra hours to pay for a fancy meal with the family, think about the trade-offs. Would you be better off not working late and having 2 or 5 or 10 meals at home with the family? To become debt-free, you're going to have to shed some of your current bad habits and take on some new, more constructive ones. Use the people who are already living debt-free as an inspiration. Now, people serious about becoming debt-free find ways to make more money, too. I've never suffered in becoming debt-free because I had a vehicle that allowed me to earn far more than I needed to live on. I kept my overhead very low, and I was able to get there relatively quickly. So one of the main things about getting debt-free is find a way to increase your income. One of the best ways you can do that is what I did. I started a part-time business, which turned into a full-time business, which turned into something pretty significant. So I would highly recommend you do that.